Aliens may have explored the galaxy and visited Earth already. This is what scientists claim. Morgan McFall Johnson, Business Insider, on Science Alert. The Milky Way galaxy. It could be teeming with interstellar alien civilizations, is according to a new study, but we just don't know about it because they have not paid us a visit in 10 million years. The study, published last month in the astronomical journal, posits that intelligent extraterrestrial life could be taking its time to explore the galaxy, harnessing star systems movements to make star hopping easier. The work is a new response to the question known as the Fermi paradox. It asks why we have not detected signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. Well, this is what the article says, but if you look a couple of videos back just today, the US Navy has confirmed, it's acknowledged that the videos and footage of the unidentified objects are indeed real, and that UFOs do exist, according to the US Navy. In other words, they are identified and they're not of this earth. So, where are they coming from? What does that mean? Are they from another galaxy? Are they aliens? Are they extraterrestrial? Or are they terrestrial, hiding? Who knows? Going back to this article, though, the work is now a new response to the question of the Fermi paradox. The paradox was first posed by a physicist, Enrico Fermi, who famously asked, "Where is everybody?" Fermi was questioning the feasibility of travel between stars, interstellar travel, and since then his question has come to represent doubts about the very existence of extraterrestrials. Astrophysicist Michael Hart explored the question formally when he argued in a 1975 paper that there has been plenty of time for intelligent life to colonize Milky Way in the 13.6 billion years since the galaxy first formed, yet we have heard nothing from them, he says. He concluded that there must be no other advanced civilizations in our galaxy. The new study offers a different perspective on the question. Maybe aliens are just taking their time and being strategic. And the author said, if you don't account for motions of stars when you try to solve a problem, you're basically left with one of two solutions. Jonathan Carroll Nellenbeck, a computational scientist and the study's lead author, said, either nobody leaves their planet, or we are in fact the only technological civilization in the galaxy. Stars and the planets around them orbit the center of the galaxy on different paths at different speeds, and as they do, they occasionally pass each other. Carol Nellenbeck pointed out, and so aliens could be waiting for the next destination to come closer to them. This is what his study says. In that case, civilizations would take longer to spread across the stars than Hart estimated, so they may not have reached us yet, or maybe they did long before humans evolved. The new idea about interstellar travel. Researchers have sought to answer the Fermi paradox in a number of ways. Studies have investigated the possibility that all alien life forms in oceans below the planet's surface and posited that civilizations may get undone by their unsustainability before accomplishing any interstellar travel. There's also the zoo hypothesis, which imagines that Milky Way societies have decided not to contact us for the same reason that we have. Nature preserves or maintain protections for some uncontacted indigenous people. In a 2018 Oxford University study, it suggests that there's a roughly 2 in 5 chance that we're alone in our galaxy and a 1 in 3 chance we are alone in the entire cosmos. But the authors of the newest study point out that previous research has not accounted for a crucial fact in our galaxy, that it moves just as planets orbit stars, star systems orbit the galactic center, and our solar system, for example, orbits the galaxy every 230 million years. If civilizations arise in star systems far away from others, like our own, which is in the backwaters of the galaxy, they could make the trip shorter by waiting until their orbital path brings them closer to the habitable star system that they're studying. Now, once they are settled in that system, then the aliens could wait again for an optimal travel distance to make another trip, another hop, and so on. In this scenario, aliens are not jet-setting across the galaxy, they're just waiting long enough for their star to get closer to another star with a habitable planet. If long enough is 1 billion years, well, then that's one solution to the Fermi paradox. This is what Carol Nellenbeck said. Habitable worlds are so rare that you have to wait longer than any civilization is expected to last before another one comes in range. And the Milky Way could be full of settled star systems. To explore the scenarios in which aliens could exist, the researchers used numerical models to simulate a civilization spread across the galaxy. They factored in a variety of possibilities for a hypothetical civilization's proximity to new star systems, the range and speed of its interstellar probes, and the launch rate of those probes. The research team did not attempt to guess at alien motivations or politics, a tendency that some astronomers view as a pitfall in other Fermi paradox solutions. Carol Nellenbeck said, "We tried to come up with a model that would involve the fewest assumptions about sociology that we could." Still, part of the problem with modeling the galactic spread of alien civilization is that we're only working with one data point, and that is ourselves. So all our predictions are based on our own behavior. But even with this limitation, researchers found that the Milky Way could be filled with settled star systems that we don't know about, that still held true when they used conservative estimates of the speed and frequency of aliens' interstellar travel. Carol Nellenbeck said, "Every system could be habitable and could be settled, but they would not visit us because they're not close enough." This is what he said, although he added that just because that's possible doesn't mean it's likely. So far, we've detected about 4,000 planets outside our solar system, and none have been shown to host life. But we have not looked that hard. There are at least 100 billion stars in the Milky Way, and even more planets. One recent study estimated that up to 10 billion of those planets could be Earth-like, so the study authors wrote that, concluding that none of those planets hold life would be like looking at a pool-sized amount of ocean water and finding no dolphins, then deciding that the entire ocean has no dolphins. Aliens may have visited Earth in the past. Another key element in debates about alien life is that what called Fact A, that there are no interstellar visitors on Earth now, and there is no evidence of past visits. Well, we have the Tully papers, the pharaoh of ancient Egypt, testifying that UFOs, interstellar UFOs, they're off-planet UFOs, had landed in the Giza area of the ancient pyramids of Egypt. And he called them the original lords of the area, and he was quite fearful of them from his description of them in the Tully Papyrus papers. So that's one of the evidences that we have. But anyway, if an alien civilization came to Earth millions of years ago, the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, there might be no remaining signs of their visit, the authors wrote. They pointed to previous research suggestions that we may not be able to detect evidence of past alien visits. It's also possible that aliens have passed near Earth since we've been here, but decided not to visit. The paper calls this the Aurora effect, named for Kim Stanley Robinson's novel Aurora. And what's more, aliens might not want to visit our planet that already has life, the author said. To assume that they added, would be a naive projection of human tendency to equate expansion with conquest. The study accounted for all these considerations. Calculations assumed that alien civilizations would only settle a fraction of the habitable worlds they encountered, and still the researchers said if there are enough habitable worlds, aliens could easily have spread across the galaxy by now. So there's still a lot more to learn. For now, researchers don't think we should get discouraged by any perceived silence of the universe. Carol Nellenbeck said it does not mean that we're alone. It just means that habitable planets are probably rare and hard to get to. In the next few years, our ability to detect and observe other potentially habitable planets is expected to improve dramatically as new telescopes get built and launched into space. The Kepler telescope made leaps and bounds in the search for planets that might host life in our galaxy. In Earth's orbit today, the Hubble Space Telescope and Transient Exoplanet Survey Satellite, TESS for short, are continuing the search. And NASA is also building the James Webb Space Telescope, which may be able to see as far through space and time as the Big Bang, so it's slated to launch in 2021. That means that we would really improve scientists' ability to estimate probability that we're alone in the universe, and it would be we would have more data on the speed or ranges of interstellar probes. A better sense of how long hypothetical alien civilizations would last would be useful as well. Carol Nellenbeck said, "We're in desperate need of some new data points." If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.